Did I get it started that time?
I think we got it started that time.
Yeah, both streams are up. Good. So, hello. We're here talking about personality types.
Yes.
So, we're just going to use sort of the Myers-Briggs way. There's lots of ways to do personality types. We've already been going through it a little bit before we started this video on YouTube, but we're going to give you a chance now to catch up. So what we want you to do is we want to take a look at your personality type. We're going to figure out what kind of ice cream, what kind of Disney princess you might be.
What kind of dog?
What kind of dessert, right?
Okay.
Lots of things that we can look at from your personality type. What kind of jokes you prefer.
Oh boy.
How about that? So let's take a look at it. We've already gone through it. You can always look up Myers-Briggs tests online. So
I actually put a link to it in the description.
Yeah, so
there's a link in the description.
So take a look at the description if you want to go in a little bit more depth. But what we want to do is we want to take a look at the 4 personality types. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to put them up on the screen. You could also come back here and read these, but I'm going to put them full size on the screen while we talk. So you have to choose whether you're an extrovert or an introvert. And here's a set. Pause it if you want to take a look. If you're watching the replay, you can take a pause and see which of those you want. You want either an E or an I. Okay. Next, you want to pick either. This is the way that you take in information. The last one. Let me go back to that. The very first question was: are you outwardly or inwardly focused?
Right.
Are you outwardly? So, are you an extrovert or an introvert? The second question, then, either an S or an N. How do you prefer to take in information? So are you sensing or are you intuition? Now you need to read through that one because that's not obvious exactly what that means. Sensing has to do with concrete facts. Intuition has to do with like the bigger picture. Then the third letter is either a T or a F. How do you prefer to make decisions? Right. And so are you are you more toward the thinking or are you more toward the feeling? That's the one I think you could get mixed up with intuitive and sensing. So they're different things. So questions 2 and 3 are similar, but they're different. So this is how you prefer to make your decisions. Are you more like a thinking person, think through the decision, or are you more like going from your values, from your personal how you affect what you're doing affects other people. And then the fourth one is, how do you prefer to live your outer life? Do you prefer to do it from a judging standpoint, in other words, like rules and deadlines, to have things really settled and more concrete outwardly, or do you prefer to leave your options open and see things as much more flexible? So that would be perceiving. So are you judging or perceiving? So you have these 4 different personality types. You've now seen them. And now we'll continue on with the test. So you are either an E or an I, an S or an N, a T or an F, a J or a P. So write down what you are, because we're going to start to have fun now with with what that all means.
A lot of people may have already taken this test at work.
Yeah, sure.
In different. These categories from different
venues. And there are longer versions of the test, but this test was really popularized during World War II, I believe it was. And they actually had women take it to determine what kind of work they might be most satisfied with, while the men were overseas fighting. Yeah. And so it has a sort of a women's rights movement background in it, right?
Well, and yes.
Everyone was pitching in, and the women really raised up and were the machinery that made the. So it has a lot of neat personality to the test. It's based in Carl Jung and his research, and so you can research all that and look into that. You can take a long version of the test. You can pay consultants thousands of dollars, but look, we do it for you
That's
on
right.
the show for free.
We really narrow it down to. What kind of ice cream are you?
Yeah, and some of the resources that we're going to use tonight are actually the Myers-Briggs resources. So you'll, I think you could go to their website, which I just said she'd link below.
It's in the description.
So that'll be some fun for you. So did you get it? Do you have 4 letters? We'd like for you to put all 4 letters up if you haven't, and you don't need to post those yet. We'll post them when we get to them.
All right.
But put all 4 letters up so that we have your name associated with your 4 letters. So we figured out that Selah is an ESFP.
Right.
ESFP. What are you? We also figured out these things. we figured out that Ida is an ENFJ.
Right.
ENFJ, and that I am an INTP, which means which means that Ida and I have very little in common. We have only the N in common. Come on.
But what's important also to notice, there is no right or wrong personality type. There's no best personality type. It's just who you are, and
right.
It's what makes you special and what makes you you. So
that's exactly right. Except for the INTP, which is considered the elite of the 16.
No, I think it's... What are we talking about? It's the ENFJ that's the most wonderful.
No, everyone knows that that's not true, but okay.
Okay, all right.
All right, so did you get your letter? So pick your letter. Get that on there. And we can start to have some fun.
That's good.
And we
And
can
Kathy's typed hers in.
So let's begin with a little bit of fun. How about that?
Okay. It's time.
So I need to move over to... Stop biting me. My goodness. Here, have this.
Yeah, give her something. There you go.
That'd be fun to chew on? That's not... How about this? How about
You sure she's a thinker?
How about the buffalo? There, take that.
Okay, we're ready.
Yeah, so let's play some games.
Okay.
So shall we start with you, Ida?
Sure.
All right, so we figured out, Ida, that you are an ENFJ.
Yes.
So reach into there, and we're going to come up with a category that we're going to investigate for you in ENFJ.
Okay. I picked ice cream.
We want to know what kind of ice cream Ida is. Now, don't throw that back in there. Leave that out for a second.
Okay, ice cream.
Now, if you really want to know like what kind of ice cream you are or something like that, we'll be glad to look that up for you. You can request it. But we're going to pick randomly from our 24 categories. All right.
I want to know what kind of ice cream I am.
So here we go. So you want to know what kind of ice cream you are. So here's the ice cream chart.
Okay.
And
you're making me laugh.
And you are an ENFJ.
ENFJ.
This is this one right here. ENFJ.
Somehow I just knew it. Butter pecan, my favorite ice cream in the world.
That's you. You are. Do you really like butter pecan?
It is my favorite ice cream.
Well, here's what it says about butter pecan. An ENFJ is a butter pecan ice cream because you're responsible, empathetic, and sociable, is highly attuned, and strives to assist in reaching a high potential through social inspiration.
Oh,
I'm not sure what is socially inspiring about butter pecan.
I don't know, but responsible and empathetic and sociable. You know, I'm those things.
Okay.
Whatever.
If you say so. All right. Do we have somebody else that we can do?
We do. Maria.
All right. So put Maria up.
She's okay. I'm putting her up. Okay. I'm going to do. Okay, Maria.
LSFJ.
No, ISFJ.
Yeah, that. ISFJ. Thank you.
Whatever. Okay, I'm picking one out. Car type.
What kind of car is Maria?
Okay. So
here we go. Car types. I bet you never knew. This one's going to be a little bit harder for me to find.
Okay.
ISFT. Let's find that here.
SFJ.
Yeah, thank you. FJ, there it is right here. Here you are.
What? Oh my.
Does that look like you?
What is it?
You are a Ford Expedition.
Defender.
Very dedicated and warm protectors, always ready to defend their loved ones.
Okay, that's Maria.
It's a Ford Expedition. You're a family person who wants reliability and protection. You'll find that in this large, accommodating vehicle for sure.
Okay.
So that's you, a Ford Expedition. Who knew?
Who knew? Myers-Briggs knew.
Who's
okay. Maria says, "Oh my." See how much we can learn about you in just such a short period of time. Okay, we have another one. Rob. ENTJ.
ENTJ. Please pick the princess one out.
Okay, which Disney princess? I could say it whether it really isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, this says
ENTJ.
Plant type.
What kind of plant? So the question is, if Rob were a plant, what kind of plant would he be?
Uh-oh. Don't ask me.
So
what's that plant you have? I think Rob had this spider plant that would not die. Right?
ENTJ. Here he is, all the way down in the corner here.
Okay, what is he? I don't. Oh, I see. Oh, there you go, Rob.
Rob is bamboo.
Oh.
Let's figure out why. Rob, if you were a plant, you'd be bamboo because you're aspiring. Clear framework for growth, and you thrive in quality ground.
Say that again. Clear frame. Well, yeah.
Clear framework for growth. He's aspiring.
There you
Clear,
go. I think that might. I think bamboo might suit him just fine.
What you growling at? I got nothing for you. I got nothing.
We have another one. Al Kunzel.
Okay.
Okay.
What would we like to know about Al?
Funny. He says he's just like the dog.
Really?
ESFP. Okay, Al.
So we're going to find out what Al and Selah are.
Okay.
So we'll do Al first. This
I
would be
got
another
two.
one for Disney Princess.
Uh-oh. Dance type.
Oh, dance type. What type? Al, if you were a dance, what type of dance were you? This will be interesting because I'll bet you Al dances a little bit. We'll see what kind of dancer he
I have a
is.
feeling he does. He's got music in his blood.
So Al, let's see here. So here's some dance information.
Okay.
And ESFP.
Just like the dog.
ESFP. Here he is. Oh my goodness. Al is a samba.
Okay, I think that describes Al. Exuberant and fun.
Al and Selah, by the way, but
Okay.
Al is a samba, exuberant and fun with a zest for life.
Perfect.
How about that,
I
Al?
think that's good.
I wonder, do you know how to do the samba, Al?
Yeah.
Do we have more?
Right now, that's it. So
Okay,
what about you?
Let's do another Selah one. All right.
okay.
So Al will get double duty here.
Okay.
Like, this is one for Selah, and it can't be dog.
Shoe.
Okay. What kind of? If Selah weren't a dog, but
What
if
kind
she
of
were a pair of
shoe?
shoes,
How did you find a shoe? What kind of shoe
what
you
kind
are?
of shoe would she be?
Okay. I have no idea.
All right.
Okay. She is. Mm-hmm.
She is an ESFP.
ESFP.
And here it is right here. She is.
Oh. You know that.
She's tap shoes.
And Al would be tap shoes
Exactly.
too. Okay.
Fast paced, upbeat and entertaining, brims with enthusiasm and excitement.
Okay, that really does describe that crazy dog.
Tap shoes. We should have called her tap shoes.
There you go. Al says nobody likes square dances.
I don't think square dancing is on the list. Oh no, he likes. No, he says no, but I like. I see. I thought you said nobody likes.
Oh no. I might have not enunciated properly. No, but he likes square dances. Okay. All right. Well, you want to see what you are?
So
Let's
pick one for me.
Okay. I hope it's a
Please don't
princess.
bite me. Come on up. Come on up. Come on.
It is a baked good.
What
Baked goods?
Yeah. So what kind of baked? Come on. You coming up? What kind of
What
baked
kind of
good?
baked goods are you?
All right. Oops. I forgot to get rid of this one. Here we go. Bake type. Bake type. Let me bring it up on the screen. INTP. Well, this is something I've never even heard of.
What is it?
If I were a bake type, I would be a Battenberg.
What is a bat?
Does anybody know what a Battenberg is? But I like the picture of it, actually. The picture is very appealing to me. Look at that. It's a very satisfying, like, carefully constructed. You can tell that
Yes, it is carefully constructed.
like it had
and
different pieces and they had to be put together and then wrapped in another thing. That's a complicated piece of cake there. It's a technical
It
bake
is.
that imposes logic and order. Oops, I can read it here. In the world, though this may be invisible to others.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
Which is why no one's ever heard of a Battenberg. Okay, get down.
Oh, did we do Kathy? Because Kathy
ahead,
was one of the
Galena.
first to report. Kathy is. What is Kathy? Where are you, Kathy?
I don't think she put her 4 letters. I think she just gave us
INFP.
Okay, so let's do Kathy.
Okay.
What you got? What category are we going to do?
I'm going to pull one out.
INFP.
Okay. A vacation type.
Okay. If Kathy were a vacation,
Yes.
if she were a holiday that we were all going to go on, what kind of holiday would it be? What kind
It's
of
going to be a
vacation?
good one, I know.
Kathy, if you were a vacation,
Maria says she's actually made Battenberg. I'm not surprised at that, Maria.
really?
She's a baker at heart.
Is it
Okay.
good? I hope it's tasty.
Well, if Maria makes it, it's tasty.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Kathy,
This is
INFP.
INFP, right here. This is Kathy. INFP. Her like ideal vacation type. If she were a vacation, if she were some sort of a holiday, she would be a backpacking with a soulmate holiday.
Okay.
She would seek a relaxing setting to connect, revealing and sharing meaningful things. That's
like
sort of sweet. That sounds like a
it
nice
is.
vacation to me too.
Good one, Kathy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it.
How about that?
Oh,
Should we cycle back around?
I think so. I like this.
Let's just go right back to Maria.
Okay.
Let's figure out another
Maria.
one for Maria.
Okay. Maria, Muppet. Which Muppet?
What kind of Muppet?
Okay.
If you were one of the Muppets on the Muppet Show, this isn't the Muppet movie. This is the Muppet Show.
It's like it's time to put on makeup.
That's
Yeah,
the one.
Okay.
That's the one. If you were on the Muppet Show, which Muppet would you be? Do you know?
Well,
Does Maria know what Muppet she would be?
yeah. Do you know Maria?
Which one?
Whatever
Which
one's
is your
an
favorite? That'd be
ISFJ.
interesting to know. Which is your favorite?
Yeah.
So here we go.
No.
IS.
ISFJ.
ISFJ. Here we go, right here. Gosh, I don't even know who that is. Is that Gonzo?
No. I don't think so.
I think
no.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Does anybody even know who that character is?
Muppet, not muffin.
What kind of muffin? No, what kind of Muppet? I don't know. That's some sort of. I'm gonna have to look that one up. But here's what it says underneath it, because I'll bet you can't read it. But it's the one in the middle there. It says quiet, friendly, responsible, and conscientious, steady in meeting obligations, remembers specifics about people, concerned with how they feel, strives to create an orderly and harmonious work environment at work and at home.
Okay. That
So-
really,
You think that's her?
I think that's her. She nailed it.
So that's some sort of custodial character on the Muppet Show.
I don't
He's
know.
cleaning up his home. I don't know. I have no idea who that dude is.
I don't know. They all look.
But now I will look it up now. I'm
Yes,
interested in.
Okay.
Are we going to try another one?
Yeah, let's do.
So let's circle back to Rob.
Okay, Rob.
We got to
I
keep
forget-
going until we get
I
a
forget
princess.
what Rob was. Did you write down Rob's numbers?
Yeah, I've got them. I got them.
Okay. Game of Thrones.
Oh, which character in Game of Thrones? A lot of you maybe haven't seen it, but I binge watched Game of Thrones so that I could see it, so I could watch the final, and the finale wasn't worth it. It's all that work of binge watching, and then I was like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done
That's really
that.
hard work. You are not boring, Maria. You're wonderful.
But here's Game
Hi,
of Thrones.
Tom. Welcome.
Here is Game of Thrones. Tom, if you know your personality type, we want to know. We want to know the 4 letters, and we'll look you up. But here's what Rob would be if he were in Game of Thrones. Which character would Rob play?
Okay.
Game of Thrones. He
Anxious
is
to know.
an ENTJ. ENTJ. These are on the bottom. ENTJ right here.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh no. I don't know about that one, but
He's Peter Baelish. He's like the main bad guy in the show. Assertive, outspoken, and driven to lead. Excellent ability to understand difficult problems and create solid solutions. Intelligent and well-informed. Usually excel at public speaking.
okay, that's Rob.
Public speaking, boy, he's a Toastmasters expert.
Toastmasters.
Value knowledge and competence, and usually have little patience with inefficiency or disorganization.
Okay.
Or like people who
I
are
don't
late.
I don't know about him being that person, but that description sure sounds like him.
Yep.
Okay.
It calls him the Maverick.
Oh, okay. Well,
The Maverick. But I do think this guy was like he was the the real controller in the show. He was always ahead of. He was always ahead of everybody else.
I didn't binge watch the whole thing like you did, so I don't know, but I just remember him being a bad guy.
Okay. All right, let's roll around to Kathy again.
Kathy, I'm ready. Okay. And Disney princess.
Yay, I've been waiting for that one.
Which Disney princess
what kind of
is
Disney
Kathy?
princess is Kathy? That's really the question that's been on all of our minds for quite some time.
I know it's been online.
Disney princess. And this might be another one where I'm not really sure. I don't know Disney princesses very well. An INFP.
INFP, Disney
right
princess.
Here.
Okay.
Is Aurora.
Oh.
So here we go. Aurora is I forget which movie she's in. But here she is, Aurora. She's sweet-natured, compassionate, and idealistic. They're individuals who are quiet but speak directly from the heart, often have their head in the clouds, but this only serves to fuel their flourishing creativity. They seek peace for themselves and others. Often gullible and easily distracted. I don't know if Kathy's
I don't think Kathy's gullible.
but if she were, I'd like to take advantage of that.
There you go. Whatever. Okay. All right. Who's next?
All right. So we already did Al twice.
Okay.
So we should do you again.
Me?
Yeah. We didn't do you twice, did we?
No. Oh.
What's
Disney
yours?
Villain.
Oh, what Disney villain? Even better. Not a Disney princess.
I don't think I can't be a villain.
No, of course.
Okay, of course I can.
You are a ENFJ. ENFJ.
Oh, Ursula.
You, Ida,
That's me.
are Ursula. I'm sorry to report to you, but you are Ursula.
Well,
but you're charming, warm, gracious, creative, and diverse. ENFJs people skills are so extraordinary. They have the ability to make people do exactly what they want them to do. They get under people's skins and get the reactions that they are seeking. ENFJ motives are usually unselfish, but ENFJs who have developed less than ideally have been known to use their power over people to manipulate them.
Oh.
So if you were a villain, that's the kind of villain you would
Tom
be.
says, pick me. Tom, do you know what your personality type is? What are your 4 letters? We'll be glad to pick you.
So Tom, here's the grid. You have to pick one of these. Let me bring it up here. So the question is, Tom, are you extroverted or introverted? That would be an E or an I. Are you sensing or intuitive? That would be an S or an N. Are you thinking or feeling? That would be a T or an F. Are you judging or perceiving? J or P?
If I had a guess, because I've known Tom for a long
Let's take
time.
a guess. You take a guess and we'll let him figure it out too.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he's an ENFP. Do you know what you are, Tom?
Okay, we're going to look one up as an
Okay.
ENFP.
Okay, let's
Because
do
there
it.
might be somebody who's an ENFP
Okay.
watching.
Sports type.
Okay, so what kind of sport would Tom be if he were a sport? You know,
Okay,
would he be motocross or would he be tennis? What sport would he be if he were one?
I think he'd be some racing kind of stuff.
ENFP. Let's see. Anybody who's an ENFP, this is what you would be. ENFP. I haven't looked. Oh, there it is, right there. If you were an ENFP, you would be rhythmic gymnastics.
Okay, I picked the wrong thing. I'm sorry, Tom. I can't see Tom doing rhythmic.
No, it's not that he would do it. It's if he were a sport, that's the
okay.
sport he would be.
Okay, he says ENFP.
And the reason is because he's
That's it.
creative, he's imaginative, and he enjoys improvisation.
Well, he's definitely creative and imaginative.
Yeah, so
Okay,
so
all
that's
right.
why. So he's rhythmic gymnastics. It's got that creativity angle to
Okay,
it.
well, if I can be Ursula, he can be rhythmic gymnastics.
Did you not like that one? Should we look up another one for Tom so that we can try again?
I don't know. I think we can.
Yeah, let's see what else Tom could be.
Animal.
Okay,
Which
if you were an animal, Tom, that's a little more straightforward. Which animal would you be, right?
Okay.
Not a human being anymore, just an animal. Let's see. Here we go. ENFP, right?
Yes.
Here he is.
Oh,
He would be an otter.
I love otters.
We had otters down in Florida when I lived there.
Oh, did you?
ENFP, he's energetic, gregarious, fun-loving. He's an encourager.
Okay.
So you're supposed to go, aw,
Yeah,
I love
so-
otters. Oh, I love Tom. That's what you're supposed to say when you think
do.
about it.
He and his wife came on my dear friends.
So there was this waterway. Actually, it was like sort of a spring that had cool water, and there was a pool of water at the front of it. And then it went all the way down. It was like maybe 4 or 5 feet wide the whole way down, and it was just 4 or 5 feet deep. It was like a dug path down through the grass. Like they made this spring into this, and you would float down it. And at the top of it were these little otters.
Freshwater.
Yeah.
Oh.
Freshwater otters up at the top of it. And they were just sort of hanging
How
out.
wonderful is that? So
Up there.
you didn't have gators, you had otters.
Oh, there were gators too.
And the otters survived.
But the gators, yeah, the gators they kept the gators out of the swimming thing.
Okay.
But the otters were definitely shared the pool with other people. People would throw them food and stuff.
Oh, how cool is
I
that?
can't remember the name of that place. It was north of Orlando, but really neat place to go. It's a park. Has some lakes.
Okay.
And a boat there.
This is a commercial brought to you for the
Yeah,
state
for whatever
of
the name
Florida.
of the place is. Okay, are we done or we got more?
We have more things, but I don't have any more.
Well, that's enough. You two could link to these things. We found these things easily just by searching for them, and the Myers-Briggs, about half of the ones that we had came from the Myers-Briggs site itself, and it's real easy. You can actually click on it. You can download the thing. You could put it on your Facebook description, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of really fun things there. So I hope you had fun with that. Well, let's move on. Let's move on in the show.
Okay. Sounds good. Can I put all these things back in the jar?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So if you didn't get a chance, let's just come back here for a second. Here are all the personality types, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you a chance just to look at your personality type. I'll read all 16 of them, so we only did a few, right? We only did half of them probably, so there's some people watching who don't know what their type is. So let me just move over so that you can see your personality type, and I'll just read these very quickly. So, and you can look at this. If you go on a computer, there's words all around the edge of these different things that describe a person. So you could get a computer and look real carefully at what these describe. But an ISTJ is a responsible realist, and there's a diagram that represents the person. An ISFJ is a practical helper. Aww, that's the kind of people you need around, these practical helpers.
Yep.
An INFJ is an insightful visionary.
See, every personality type is important.
So it's got a crystal ball. That's the person you go to when you need to know what's inside the crystal ball.
Yeah.
An INTJ is a conceptual planner. That's the person that you go to that lays it all out and has a very strict perspective on how to move forward. An ISTP, if you're that, you're a logical pragmatist. So you know exactly how to get things done, and you pursue them. An ISFP is a versatile supporter. That's the kind of person that every group needs. Everybody needs versatile supporters. That can come and be accommodating, that can care, right?
That's nurse. Yeah, I think my son Neil is in that.
Oh, that's interesting. An INFP, we had a couple of those, are thoughtful idealists. So there's somebody sitting on a rug there, some sort of swami or
meditating.
something. Yep. An INTP, that's me, is an objective analyst. Maybe you're an objective analyst like me. He's in the thinking pose, of course. Let's move down through them. The next one.
Okay.
These are the E's now. So if you're an E, you're on this screen somewhere. An ESTP is an energetic problem solver. That's the person that puts the fires out when people like me think of ideas that don't work out so well. An ESFP is an enthusiastic improviser. That's the jazz player. Maybe Jack from church is
that could be
an ESFP. An ENFP is an imaginative motivator. Everybody needs imaginative motivators, those people that can inspire with imagination.
That's
ENTP is an enterprising explorer, somebody who gets out and goes around. And ESTJ is an efficient organizer. Man, I could use a couple of those around here. ESTJ. And ESFJ is a supportive contributor. Mm-hmm. Look, he's carrying a gift.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's the supporters. And ENFJ, we're back to Ida again, is a compassionate facilitator. And you are the facilitator here, uniquely the same and compassionate at that.
Thank you.
ENTJ is a decisive strategist.
Okay. Well, like I said, there is no best personality type. There's no right personality type or wrong personality type. These are just descriptions of personality types.
Now, I just want to take a minute to show you the sense of humor.
Okay.
How about this? These are the sense of humors. Now, you know how we tell some jokes from time to time on this? And
yes, we tell jokes.
And we put words in people's mouth. Well, there are some people that are going to enjoy those jokes more than others. That's what we've learned.
It explains everything.
Doesn't it?
It does.
And the interesting thing is that the people who really like the dad jokes, which our jokes tend toward dad jokes and puns,
yes.
Are as my personality type, and there's only
so
4
surprised.
personality types. So we're sort of, there's 12 personality types that aren't so excited about it. But the people who are inappropriate jokers, people who like to tell inappropriate jokes, are ENTPs, ENTJs, ENFJs.
Oh, no.
Wait, who's an ENFJ?
I'm blushing.
Before the show came on, Ida said I should tell a joke since we learned this, and then she said, "But I can't. All the jokes I could think of, I can't tell."
They're inappropriate.
Also, an INTJ. All of those J's and the ENTP are inappropriate jokers. All right. Now, there's also PG-13 jokers. All right, and the PG-13 jokers are ENFPs, ESFPs, ESTPs. So, Are you one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Now, then there's a group of people who just know they aren't jokers at all. And so they don't really tell jokes very as
funny.
Much. They don't tell so much jokes because they're self-aware.
And they don't need to tell.
And I noticed some of these people are in the audience right here.
Oops.
And some of them tell jokes as far as I remember. But anyway, we've got ESFJ, INFJ, ISFPs, ISTJs, ESTJs are all knows they aren't jokers types.
I see.
And then there's the dad jokers. And those are the INTPs, the INFPs, the ISFJs, and the ISTPs. I wonder which one of those you are.
Definitely not a dad joker.
So there you go. So I wonder if that sense of humor matches the way you are.
Another thing about these personality types is there's not one personality type that truly defines us. We can live in another personality type. Like today, I have to be more structured, so I can be an I instead of an E. Although it's really hard for me
I have
because
to be
I want to
extroverted,
blurt
even though I'm
things
introverted.
out.
Yeah.
I like to talk.
Yeah, you're not. Doesn't mean you're always that way.
Thank goodness, huh? Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to to your saying of the day, Ida. You think we can shift to?
I think we can.
A saying. So here's Ida's saying, where she posts these online on our Facebook page. So here's your saying for today.
Okay, my saying for today really has to do with choosing your battles that you want to fight and when you want to fight them. So it's actually from Winston Churchill. You'll never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. So that's just a practical, you have to decide what's worth it and what's not. So.
Yeah, that's a thought-provoking one, Ida. That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that one up.
You're welcome.
And speaking of the joke of the day, we should move into the joke of the day, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Here we go. And our joker of the day is Brad Blevins.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. Who's Brad Blevins, Ida?
He's my middle son.
Yeah, how about that? So Brad, we put some words in your mouth,
sorry,
stole your
Brad.
photograph. Last week, Ida was saying to me, I don't know if we could use their picture because we didn't ask. And I was like, well, Ida, for 6 months we've been using people's pictures without asking.
But at
You
least
post them online, we're using them.
That's right. Look out.
So here's Brad. Brad says, as I suspected, someone has been adding soil to my garden.
Someone's been adding
soil to my garden, yeah.
Oh.
And he says, the plot thickens.
Oh, no. Cow. That's definitely one of those horrible puns. You must be a different personality type than me. Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. But he might
Brad,
like that.
I think that's a good joke.
There you go.
I appreciate you. Come on. Brad was tearing it up last week on the show.
He was. Well, he was really
with the slogans.
Yeah. Kristen, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight.
All right. So now we're going to bring our YouTube show to an end.
Yes.
So thank you all for stopping by on YouTube.
Okay.
There are recommendations of videos in the description, and we have a recommendation right over there. So please, thank you for coming. We'll see you next time. I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together, we can change the world. Bye-bye.